Paris Jackson, the enigmatic daughter of the King of Pop, has long navigated the treacherous waters of fame with a grace that belies her tumultuous upbringing. At 27, she stands as a testament to resilience, channeling her father's musical legacy into her own burgeoning career as a singer and model while grappling with the shadows of personal demons. In a raw, unfiltered social media video that has since rippled across platforms, Jackson laid bare one of the most visceral consequences of her past battles with addiction. A perforated septum, a physical scar that whistles with every breath and serves as a perpetual reminder of choices she'd rather forget. This revelation wasn't mere confession. It was a clarion call, a plea wrapped in vulnerability, urging her young followers to steer clear of the abyss that nearly swallowed her whole. The video, reposted by a devoted TikTok fan account, captures Jackson in a moment of stark honesty. Seated comfortably yet candidly, she begins with a disarming admission. "I never realized I never addressed this, and it can sometimes be very noticeable." Her voice, steady but laced with the weight of experience, draws viewers into an intimate dialogue. She tilts her head slightly, the camera zooming in as she illuminates her nostril with her phone's flashlight. The beam pierces the darkness, revealing a translucent tunnel between her nostrils, a hole where wholeness once resided. "I have a really loud whistle because you can hear it when I breathe through my nose," she explains, demonstrating with a soft inhale that produces an eerie flute-like sound. It's a sound that's haunted her for years, an auditory echo of indulgence turned infliction. For those unfamiliar with the medical ramifications, a perforated septum is no trivial affliction. It's a breach in the delicate cartilage that divides the nasal passages, transforming a vital structure into a fragile sieve. According to Medical Insights, this condition disrupts normal airflow, leading to chronic dryness, frequent nosebleeds, and that telltale whistle which can range from mildly annoying to socially isolating. The causes are manifold: repetitive trauma from picking or injury, prolonged exposure to caustic chemicals, or, as in Jackson's case, the erosive toll of substance abuse. Cocaine, with its powdered form snorted through the nostrils, is a notorious culprit, its alkaloid crystals grinding against the mucosa like sandpaper on silk. Over time, this friction erodes the tissue, widening microtears into gaping voids. Jackson's condition, visible even in the dim light of her video, speaks volumes about the intensity and duration of her struggles, a silent ledger of nights blurred by haze and mornings met with regret. But Jackson's message transcends the anatomical. It's a holistic indictment of drug culture's seductive veneer. Concluding her clip with unflinching directness, she issues a paternalistic admonition: "Do not use drugs, kids." The words hang heavy, delivered not from a pedestal but from the trenches of survival. There's an undercurrent of maternal instinct here, a 27-year-old imparting wisdom forged in fire to a generation teetering on the edge of experimentation. Social media, with its curated illusions of invincibility, bombards youth with images of effortless highs and consequence-free escapism. Jackson, thrust into the spotlight as a child of legend, knows this allure intimately. Her father, Michael Jackson, whose own battles with prescription drugs ended in tragedy, cast a long shadow, one that amplified her vulnerabilities rather than shielding her from them. Reflecting on her journey, Jackson's perforated septum isn't just a physical anomaly, it's a badge of battles won and lost. She first delved into substance use as a teenager, seeking solace from the relentless scrutiny that followed her family's legacy. The pressures were immense: paparazzi lurking outside her home, online trolls dissecting her every move, and the ghost of her father's unmet expectations. Drugs offered a temporary veil, a numbing embrace that dulled the edges of grief and isolation. Heroin and alcohol became reluctant companions, pulling her into cycles of dependency that isolated her further from friends and family. By her early 20s, the toll was evident, not just in the whistle of her breath, but in the erosion of her spirit. Studio sessions, once a sanctuary of creativity, devolved into frustrations where focus fractured and inspiration fled. Sobriety, achieved nearly 6 years ago, marked a phoenix-like rebirth. Jackson has been vocal about this transformation, framing it not as a linear triumph but as a messy, ongoing reclamation. "It ruined my life," she has said, a stark assessment that strips away romanticism from addiction's narrative. The perforated septum, in particular, embodies this ruin's permanence. Surgical correction, while feasible through procedures like septal reconstruction or implantation of synthetic materials, carries risks she's unwilling to entertain. Anesthesia requires sedatives, pain management demands opioids, gateways she refuses to flirt with again. "I've been living with this since I was about 20, she shared in related discussions, and it's a BH when you're in the studio. The irony is poignant. A voice trained for melody, now accompanied by an unintended harmony of discomfort, a reminder that some scars defy erasure. This openness serves a dual purpose for Jackson, catharsis and cautionary tale. By shining a light, literally, on her imperfection, she humanizes the icon in progress, challenging the filtered perfection peddled by influencers. Fans have responded with an outpouring of empathy, sharing their own stories of recovery and relapse, forging a virtual support network that amplifies her warning. Mental health advocates praise her for destigmatizing the visible remnants of addiction, turning a personal flaw into a public pedagogy. In an era where substance use is glamorized in music and memes, Jackson's plea cuts through the noise: "Don't do drugs, kids." It's simple, direct, and devastatingly effective, echoing the anti-drug campaigns of yesteryear but infused with authentic anguish. Yet, Jackson's story is far from one note. Beyond the septum, her life post-sobriety brims with reinvention. She's channeled her energies into music, releasing tracks that blend pop sensibilities with introspective lyrics, and modeling gigs that celebrate diversity and self-expression. Collaborations with brands like Calvin Klein and editorials in Vogue underscore her evolution from shadowed scion to self-assured artist. Family, too, has been a cornerstone, her brothers, Prince and Blanket, and grandmother Catherine providing anchors in stormy seas. Therapeutic practices, from yoga to journaling, form the bedrock of her maintenance, a daily discipline that wards off whispers of temptation. As she navigates this new chapter, Jackson's video stands as a lighthouse for the lost. It illuminates not just the physical pockmarks of abuse but the emotional craters they leave behind. For every young fan scrolling through TikTok, her whistle is a siren song of sorts, not of allure but of alarm. In revealing her shocking side effect, Paris Jackson doesn't seek pity, she seeks prevention. Her perforated septum, that lit-up tunnel of truth, bridges the gap between celebrity myth and mortal reality, reminding us that even kings' heirs bleed, whistle, and warn. In a world quick to idolize and slow to empathize, her message resonates: the high isn't worth the hole it leaves.